Hey everybody, I am super excited. Welcome my mystical soul friends. For those of you that are new, my name is Patricia Tate and I'm a Western and evolutionary astrologer. If you are new here, welcome. Hit that like and subscribe so you'll get the notifications. If you are not, I really appreciate you coming back and supporting me for all that you do. Would love to know where you are from and if you know your sun, moon, and rising. Currently, I am coming from the great state of Ohio and I'm going to be heading to Connecticut next. I'm going to be going over there for a couple of weeks and excited about seeing everything that's in the area. So some great things that are going to be coming up. First off, I have, it is called Transit Talk. It will be next Tuesday. If you want to sign up for that, there's a link in the community section, and then I know that you can sign up for it through the website. It costs $30, and I am going to be discussing all about understanding your nodal story, which is your north and south nodes, and as they go through your chart, I'm going to be looking at just decoding them, like where the north node is our future and the south node is our past. So understanding that and being able to explain that. So please make sure you bring your natal chart for that. It's about an opportunity to unlock your purpose and your path and looking at the direction and where you're going and gaining some understanding about your karmic destiny and karmic connections that you have with other people who share some same nodal connections with you. This will be interactive at the end. I'm going to be sharing at the beginning and giving you some chart examples, and then I'm going to be using the people that are there for chart examples also. If you cannot be there for the live, that's okay. You can either give me your birth information, I can use it for an example, or you can watch it live. There'll be a link sent later. Also, other things going on. I have a Mother's Day bundle if you are interested in a 30-minute tarot consultation, and then you would also get the Elemental Wisdom Oracle deck. So that is also, I'll try to put that in the queue also. So super excited that everybody is here. We have a lot of things going on. Let me see who all is here. Yay, looking forward to the first reading. Hey, JK, how are you doing? Hey, Christina Cortez, hello, and thank you from the Philippines. Oh my goodness. Hello to you, and hopefully you have good weather and good health and everything is going on for you out there. All right, I want to tell you a little bit about what is going on currently in the universe. So this is today's chart, and let's see. I want to draw your attention to this area of Taurus. Taurus is lit up for everybody. This is like welcome May. Such a great breath of fresh air because we are out of personal planet retrogrades, meaning all of the inner planets are now moving forward and we're past the eclipse season. So everything that we're starting is now an opportunity for the Aries energy initiated it, and in the Taurus sign, this is about planting the seeds for growth. If you notice, we have both of the benefics here. We have Jupiter and we have Venus sandwiching the new moon. The sun and the moon, when they come together, you cannot see the moon, so it's the dark of the moon, and it's planting seeds for the future in the sign of Taurus, which is earthy and solid, stable, sensual and grounded. We also have Uranus here. Uranus in the zodiac is the liberator. It is where it's the planet that wants to cause the disruption, to break up the routine, monotonous energy of what's been going on, to say, hey, look right here. Also, let me back it on up here. I also want to draw your attention to Mercury and Chiron in a conjunction at 21 degrees. So again, remember, conjunction is when they meet up together. This is important because Mercury, when it first started its path through Aries, was moving forward. then it went across Chiron, our wound, then it stationed retrograde, had us review a lot of things that had to do with identity wounds. Aries is all about the identity. It had hard and fast implications because this is also where the eclipse happened. And so it was initiating very fast changes and wanting us to heal quickly as we move forward. And so now that Mercury is back meeting once again with Chiron, it's an opportunity to say, I've been through this. Now, what are the gifts, opportunities, and talents that are going to come from this? Like being able to look back at your wound and saying, how have I healed? How have I moved on? How can I transform? What are the gifts of, I would never have met so-and-so if I had not gone through this. I wouldn't have done this had I not been through this. So hopefully all of this is making sense to everybody. Hey, Naomi, glad you're in the house. Hey, Janet. Oh, hey, from Alberta, Canada. Awesome up there. Hey, Mupsies. So glad you're here. Mupsies in the house. And Shiny Gems. Yeah, oh my gosh, my favorite lady. I am thinking of you. I'm thinking about everybody tonight. All right, so let me start with, all right, again, May, no personal planet retrogrades. This is the first new moon, so like, let's make this happen. This new moon is in a beautiful, harmonious aspect to the planet of Saturn. If you look at it, it is offering a sextile, meaning you have to work in order to get the benefits that come from it, but everybody gets something with this transit. All right, so let's dive in. Let's talk about this. So let me see who is first up in the queue. All right. All right, Megan. I am going to, hopefully you are here, Megan. Let's talk. I'm going to do a bi-wheel and pull up what's going on with you and the universe today. What are you starting new? Hold on, chart scene. All right, I got this. Mercury's finally out of the shadow, and I'm feeling it, guys. Absolutely feeling it. All right, so Megan, hopefully you are in the queue. If not, you'll be able to watch this a little bit later. Megan, I absolutely love all of this for you. Your career, your job, your legacy, your reputation, you being in the spotlight is really, really magnified for you at this time of the year. Like, this is your time. You have a lot of the Chiron Mercury conjunction in your 9th house is unpacking, and I'm sure that you have been journaling, meditating, and focusing on what is this that I'm going to be working through, healing. I like that it is in a sextile to your Mars, so you initiating any wounds that have to do with partnership or have to do with you in connection to other people. This can be best friends, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships. And then we have this beautiful new moon. The new moon that you are planting, you are ruled by the sun. And so the great part about this is wherever the sun is, it's shining an area on your life of incorporating these things. Now, the moon rules your 12th house. So we are incorporating the topics of you being connecting to the divine, you paying attention to dreams, intuition, psychic ability, you paying attention to the deep journeys and the inner healing that you've been working on, and how does that evolve and change your appearance, your identity, your outlook, you being seen, and the vibes or the energy that you give off to other people. Because it's surrounded on each side by the great benefic of Jupiter and the other benefic, Venus. Venus wants to bring people and places and things together. It wants to unify. Now Jupiter wants to expand, and it's offering these gifts of abundance by connecting to other people. Literally, this is you being a social butterfly out there, communicating and doing the hard work of going within. I like this for you in that any new moon seeds that you are planting, and I encourage everybody to be focused on this for tonight and for tomorrow, that the seeds that you're planting are not just the flowers of today, they are the trees of tomorrow. It's what do you want for now and what do you want for 6 months down the road. Taurus is this earthy, solid, stable, grounded sign that wants to be slow and steady and can be stuck in its ways and needing to be open and having these ideas of I can change. And that's where Uranus comes in. Like Uranus is like the lightning bolt and Taurus is the ground. So think of this as an earthquake shaking up everything that has to do with your public reputation, your professional life, its achievement, its success, its responsibilities. And I'm excited for this for you. You are close to having the moon in a sextile to your moon, which I really love this. So this is like you knowing what you are tapping into. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else that I can wheel around in the chart. Oh, hold on. There is one more thing. Because we're having this new moon is in a harmonious aspect to your Saturn. And so remember that Saturn is known as the time lord, the keeper of do it right, and slow and steady wins the race. And it is Earth itself wanting to work well with this new moon in your 8th house of your connections to other people. This can be healing from trauma. Remember, because the 8th house is deep and psychological. The 8th house also represents you in connection to significant others, best friends, clients that you have these. The 8th house is the house of taboo topics, but it's who you are in joint ventures or who you share resources with. So this can be business partners, significant others, or exes. I'm going to throw that out there because this could be an opportunity to heal some of these wounds of things that are going on. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right, let's move on in the queue. So I appreciate everybody being here. So let me see who is next up. Oh, Nadia. All right. Nadia, thank you for being here. I really greatly appreciate that. First off, I want to thank you for trusting me with your consultation, because whenever you are sharing your birth information with somebody, you are literally saying, this is who I am, this is what's going on, and wanting to decipher or decode some things that are going on with you. All right, so move it on over. All right, so you are an Aquarius rising. You have Pluto here. Pluto is going to be here for the next 20 years. So we know that Pluto is squaring everything that's going on with your home, your family, your roots, your foundation. But this is an opportunity for you to be planting seeds for what do you want for traditions? What do you want for, it's money and it's your resources. Remember that Taurus is about your money, your resources, and beauty and comfort. And the 4th house is your home, your real estate, your property. It's your living situation. It's your family. It can be your personal life. It's you wanting to create a solid, stable, reliable foundation for you to be building a foundation on. Now you have a harmonious aspect with Saturn in your 2nd house, meaning Saturn is supporting everything that's going on with you, saying, let's see, Saturn is slow and steady wins the race. So think of some things that are built over time, but Saturn doesn't give anything away free. Saturn says you have to work for it. So this is you actually doing the work with your money, your finances, your resources, your work ethic, your financial condition, your spending goals, your spiritual, emotional, mental resources of what do I need in order to feel secure and stable, and you determining what stays, what goes, and what do I need to do for this? What does my income have to be, and how can this support, things that I'm doing, support creating this stable home life? I want to bring in that you are having a Venus return, so starting a new cycle And this is going to be important because of next year. There will be, yeah, that's a ways away. So whatever this cycle that you're starting, Venus wants to bring people together. Venus is about love and beauty and uniting. So this could be a uniting of family members, like where there has been difficulty or arguments or, oh, hold on, Nadia. Okay, so your question is, can you tell me the future now that I will have a Jupiter return and an ascendant in Uranus conjunction in my Jupiter, because you're getting married soon? Oh, okay, hold on. Jupiter return. So Jupiter takes a year. You're right now, you're having a Jupiter opposition. Let me back this up. You're having a Jupiter opposition, but remember, Jupiter is the great benefic and offers abundance wherever it goes. I hope that this is the right, hold on. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go, because this is Nadia. So I don't think that that's Naomi. I'm thinking that this is like two separate people here. Yeah, this is definitely. All right. I'm going to go back, Nadia, because I was looking for you in the chat to see if you had any.
It's not Nadia.
Right. Right. Because this is Nadia. Okay. So I'm going to go back to what I was saying for Nadia. And talk a little bit more about it. All right. So what else do I notice in here? Sorry, got a little sidetracked. I want to talk about everything that's going here, everything that's going on. And I want to talk about the sun, because the sun rules over your 7th house of partnership and the moon rules over your daily habits. What seeds that you are planting are for creating stable relationships with business partners, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships. The moon the moon is what needs to be satisfied in order to feel secure, and your moon rules over your daily habits. I want to bring up that your north node is here. So focusing on what can I do to nourish and care for my soul, my heart, my soul. The 6th house is the house of self-care, and it's where do I get that self-care? How do I take care of myself? My mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. What you are starting now is looking at creating a stable home life with the people that live there, possibly bridging some communication difficulties. And I'm bringing that up because you have Mercury conjunct Chiron in your 3rd house of neighbors, siblings, cousins, the people that are close to you. It's like it's all types of communication, and you working through some of this communication with where you have okay, the 3rd house is like when you were younger, and it was people who had power or authority over you, like a coach or a teacher, or I want to bring in the aunts and the uncles and the cousins, and this is going back and healing some of those wounds of worthiness and needing to feel that you are worthy. This is going to be, and I want to bring up one more thing. You are having a Jupiter opposition. Jupiter is going to be moving into your 5th house soon, like May 25th. So on May 25th, when Jupiter goes into your 5th house, it's going to bring up topics of children. It's going to bring up communication, all types of communication, science, technology. But the 5th house is love affairs, investments, where we risk for excitement. And you have Mercury here and you have the sun here. So we know that this is all about you. It is in a trine to your 1st house. So the seeds that you're planting now over the next 2 weeks are going to start to grow, because the sun is going to move into the 5th house, the moon is going to be there, Venus is going to move in there, and by May 25th, Jupiter is going to be there. So the seeds that you're planting now for I want to have this stability is then going to move into your 5th house of children or childlike activities or creativity in moving forward in a trine to who you are, changing, growing, and evolving. Okay, one more thing. I'm sorry, just one more thing. You are having a Pluto trine. Pluto is the planet of birth, death, and rebirth. It requires transformation, and you have Pluto in your ninth house. And so Pluto in your ninth house is foreign people, places, things, this cross-cultural connections or education, spirituality, in a trine with your first house of self. So all of this transformation that you're going through is really for your best and highest good, shedding the layers. Think of it as you're a snake, and as you grow, change, and evolve, it's time to shed your skin as you do this. And as it may be uncomfortable here, the growth will be for your best and highest good as you move forward. So, Nadia, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I'm not quite sure if you are in the chat, but yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. Thank you, Nadia. All right. Hey, Susan, thank you for the tip. I greatly appreciate it for the super chat. Thank you very much. Like sending out a big fat I heart you. I heart you. All right. All right. So let me see who is next in the queue, and check and see what else is going on in here in the chat. Susan, Merrick. I greatly appreciate you as I go through there. Polly, I'm glad you just signed up. And Christina, you love to have it, but no PayPal here in the Philippines. I totally understand that. I don't know if there's another way that you can pay ahead of time with like a credit card. And I'm sure that we could work that out, but I do know that that's a PayPal thing. And Beatles, glad you are in the chat. All right, let me pull up the next person who is in the queue. Glad that everybody is here. Shay, oh my, Shiny Gems. Shiny Gems, yay. Shiny Gems. I am so glad that you are here. Good Lord. Shiny Gems, I am like, yep. I think I did. I'm sorry, Shiny Gems. I put Shiny Gems in instead of your name, and now I'm going to go back and find your name.
1985.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The 3 is not it.
It's okay. Put it back up here, please. All right. Got it. Yeah. 1985. Oh, mother of God. I use zeros instead of double O. I know, you're probably all laughing at me, saying, what is her problem? Well, I'm ruled by Mercury, and then I get a little nervous, and then I can't type fast enough, and then if I make one mistake, that's it. That's all she wrote. All right, Shiny Gems. I think I got you now. All right, let's take a little look. All of these great things going on with you. Oh yeah. Yep. Let's talk. All right, Shiny Gems. I love it every single time I look at your chart because I just see the growth and I see the evolution and the change happening. All right, so we're talking about your 8th house. You have the sun and the moon in this new moon conjunction here. Now, what I love is that it's flanked by Venus and by Jupiter. The two benefics are sandwiching these new moon intentions that you're putting out there. The 8th house revolves around anything that has to do with debts, obligations, taxes, inheritances, wills. It's where you want to have these deep connections with other people. It can be private affairs, taboo topics. It's the house of deep psychological birth, death, and rebirth, the transformation of. So we know, because all of this is opposing your 2nd house. And your second house is just, it's always hard. It's always going to be hard self-worth. This transformation that you're going through is kind of like a liberation. It's like one success, one little success after another. And I'm sure that it probably feels like you're afraid to like is the ball going to drop, like what's going to happen, because things should be looking up, like slow and steady. You are planting these seeds, and the seeds have to do with your daily habits. Uranus is here, still going to shake up your world, forcing you to change, grow, and evolve by what you want to do with, well, this is about healing. This is you going back and looking inward. And I encourage you to say, I need to look at where I've come from and where I'm now going. It's a new moon on top of your north node. This is an opportunity to plant seeds for your personal growth, to grow not just something now, but for something over a longer period of time. Because we have Saturn sitting right on top of your Mars and your Venus. So let's break this down. In Mars is you initiating things. Venus is goddess of love and beauty, and wants to bring people and places and things together. And how can I be of service? How can I heal myself? How can I do this? Like, you having to be the one to go and do this. And Saturn says, do the work. And I know you've been doing the work. And Saturn in Pisces will be encouraging you to make your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, like your whole gamut of your health and well-being, your growth, move it to the front burner. Because I'm going to get rid of all this so you can like see it clearly. This is all in water. This is in water. And this means that this is trining. That what you are doing is in a trine, meaning it's supporting this. It's pushing you past, discovering new, getting rid of old, and shedding layers and transforming into like, where am I going? And it's in a not a sextile. Yeah, it's in a sextile to your north node. The north node is the unknown. It's the uncomfortable. It's where I have not been. And Saturn using Mars and Venus here, like, I would think that there would be partnership, like a partner or significant other or close friend. The sixth house represents a mentor, a guide, a coworker. It's somebody who will support you on your path, is really pushing you to say, I encourage you to stretch yourself, move forward for your growth, your transformation. It's in a sextile, meaning you have to nudge it. You have to give it the right direction. Saturn doesn't give anything for free. And you're having a Saturn trine Saturn. And Saturn is saying, if you've done the work, things will get easier for you. May is going to be easier, especially as we move into towards the end of May. Like, there's all these blessings throughout all of May. Like, and okay, I'm going to throw one more thing out there for you. Jupiter is sitting smack dab on top of your north node, saying all of this disruption. Remember, Uranus is here, so Uranus was shaking your world, having you uncover, I would say, secrets, things that were hidden, things that were like private affairs that you like, just discovering and uncovering. And Jupiter here, like, totally blew everything and expanded everything and said, let's let the chips fall and let's deal with it where it is, and let's move forward and plant some seeds for some growth. I need some healing. When on the 25th, Jupiter is going to move into your ninth house, and it will conjunct your Chiron. And so we know that you are moving towards personal healing. I'm going to bring up one more thing. Mercury is conjunct Chiron at 21 degrees in your seventh house of partnership. So we know that there is some type of a communication going on between you and a friend, a significant other, a client, one-on-one. The seventh house represents love and contractual relationships. And so this is about cooperation. And I'm going to bring up open enemies and exes, because Mercury went through your 7th house and crossed over your Chiron wound, then went back over top of it, like rehashing it and giving you this opportunity to truly see it and say, how can I heal from it? And now Mercury's at the 3rd pass where it's saying, how can I look back at this now? Has enough time passed from a month ago, 2 months ago, when things started to be unveiled and uncovered with things that have to do about you and partnership and secrets and hidden things and being vulnerable, and how much do I share, and are they going to think I'm crazy if I do share this? And you will know, because your tribe will let you know that no, you're not. Your tribe will accept you exactly who you are because you are doing the work. I love this. Jupiter on top of your north node. Jupiter is abundance, literally showing you the path. This is where I have to go. I have to go through. And then towards the end of the month, Jupiter's going to go in your 9th house. I love it because it's about travel, it's about education and taking classes, and I'm looking forward to that being in your future. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. Let me check in the queue here to see what everybody is saying. Oh goodness, I just wrote on the screen, sorry. Hey Nadia, I'm so glad. I'm hoping everything made sense to you. Hey Ashley, big heart to you. From Australia, so welcome here. Celestial Bohemian, I did your chart first, but I'm so glad that you are here now from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, staying warm down there. All right, Shiny Gems, yeah, regarding exes. I found out the ex has been cheating. What? I don't care anymore, but the partner didn't know and blew up on him. Oh my goodness, and the partner and I are friends now. Oh, and if the girlfriend and I are planning, the girlfriend and you are planning trips, yay! Okay, focused on you, focused on your healing, and you know what? Those secrets, the 8th house is the house of the secrets, the transformation of. We always look to Pluto to say, where is the trauma? Where is like part of the difficulty? And Pluto in your 5th house is the house of affairs and is the house of like, and so there's going to be some things that are going to be coming up that you're going to have to be like cutting and removing some people. So I'm excited that you're moving forward towards. All right. Shiny Gems, I am giving you a big fat hug. Thank you for being here tonight. I greatly appreciate you. All right, let me see who is in the queue. Julian King. All right. Oh, just Julian. Sorry. Oh no, my husband reminds me, don't give out last names and other bits of information. So sorry. Sending out hugs and apologies. I just get excited and start chatting. All right. Make sure I double check. Hold on. Chattanooga. All right. All right, Julian. All right, you have a Grand Cross. Okay, first I'm going to bring up the Grand Cross. Let me see the question. You've read that your Venus and your Chiron moon opposition spells trouble for romantic relationships. How do I understand and navigate this for bigger life goals, including marriage and family? Okay, I can address that with the Grand Cross. All right, let's talk about this. So, Julian, let's talk about this with, this is a Grand Cross. A Grand Cross is when you have 4 areas of your life that are, they're difficult in that when one area changes, the other one is forced to change at the same time. Yours specifically is also called a missed step or a skip step to your nodes. Whenever we have anything that squares our north node and south node. Okay, so just a quick mini lesson. This is your south node. This is your north node, where you have come from, where you are going, where things have gone wrong, and how you are trying to fix it or heal from it in this lifetime. You have a square, two squares. One is in Venus, so we know that it has feminine qualities or qualities that have to do with money or resources and children, and it can be love and connections. And remember, this is a difficult area. And with your moon, I would again throw in feminine and Pisces. If I were going to, this is about, dreams and intuition. And with your south node being in Gemini, I'm looking at this as you. It was in your second house, and in the sign of Gemini was believing only in facts and the details and squaring Venus, like you lost everything. You lost everything that was shared with resources, with your commitments with other people, because your north node is in your 8th house. And so knowing that you lost everything, or look, it's always negative when it comes to the south node. We always look at it as, this is where I've come from, and then this is the positive skill set that I can use to move forward with. And so the moon, it can represent secrets, it can represent our mother, it can represent our intuition, and yours is in your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. And so knowing that anytime one of these planets or nodes are activated, it will totally send off it will ricochet in all 4 areas of your life. Your south node has to do with your money and your finances and your resources and your self-worth. Your north node that you're supposed to be like moving towards is your shared resources that you, your debt, your shared resources with clients or with business partners or significant other, or your transformation, like it's the house of deep psychological transformation that we have with family members. They are opposite of each other, and it's how can I do better with sharing or working with other people's money or resources. And where is your Jupiter? And Jupiter in your 6th house is how do I be of service to other people? This is a lot. You have a lot going on here. Let me back up just a little bit. Okay, so you're talking about love, right? Celestial Bohemian. The South Node ruler is Mercury, which is also the ruler of the Venus and the Chiron placements. Like, I'm looking at that thinking, like, how do I even, break all of this down? Because that's a lot. We have, thanks. Yeah, it is. And Jupiter is in a conjunction with Mercury in the Libra. So yeah, expanding the communication. The sign of Libra wants to bring people together, but it's not out of love. It's out of commitment or out of relationships or out of friendship or out of business. It's balancing. It's judge and jury. It wants to hear both sides of the story and make the decision. And Jupiter and Mercury is you wanting to hear it all, you wanting to take care of it all, you wanting to, like, it's a lot. Your beliefs around partnership, I would say Celestial Bohemian, it is definitely beliefs around partnership and her connection to the partnership, because the moon are like, those are the nodes of the moon. So her feelings, her intuition of wanting to have this spiritual connection, feeling that spiritual connection. Oh, I'm sorry, a he. Sorry, but the moon is still the feminine sign. I see it. Okay, I'm going to put up the bi-wheel so I can add another layer to this. Let me, because now I want to see like where you are in like right now. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So Julian, you have all of this new moon energy being planted in your first house of self. What I love about it, it's going to trine. It's going to trine, so it's going to who you are can work with Venus. Venus in your fifth house is love affairs, children, investments, gambling. You taking a risk of going out on a limb in order to search for someone or connect with someone. The fifth house also represents creative outlets or creative self-expression. It's in a trine with who you are. Now, the sun rules your fourth house of home, and the moon rules the way that you communicate. And so we know that you have Jupiter, the great benefic, and Venus, the other benefic, wanting to, so you're going to have this Venus trine Venus. I love this for you in that an opportunity to search after somebody, make a connection with somebody, planting these new moon seeds of something that has to do with your happiness, your health, yourself. This is about your personality, your appearance, your self-expression, your desires. I want to plant the seeds that who I am is real and authentic, and my self-expression. How can I want to add another layer to this, because this is in a trine to your fifth house of offering you these creative outlets, and I believe it's for you to be connecting with others. Let me get rid of all of this so I can. I want to talk about your seventh house with Mars and Pluto here. Okay. The new moon seeds that you are planting for yourself will oppose your seventh house of partnerships. You have Scorpio in your seventh house. Scorpio wants deep, committed connections that are real, authentic, and no secrets, no hidden agenda, no nothing at all. Scorpio asks so much of everybody else that, and you have Pluto here, so we know that there's a wound surrounding you here. And Mars here can make you kind of possessive, or Mars in Scorpio wants to dig and uncover information, and wants to it can be kind of possessive. Like you have Pluto here also. This is mine, you are mine. So this new moon, I'm going to encourage you to plant seeds that you work on yourself, that what you have to offer others is allowing them to be themselves, and not allowing them to grow, change, and evolve and be their own unique person while you stay who you are. Where we have Scorpio is Pluto and Scorpio, Mars and Scorpio. I'm telling you, Julian, like, you're an intense kind of person, and you're intense with partnerships, you're intense with love and negotiations, and people are either drawn to you or they're repelled because you literally look at them in the eye and you want real and authentic. And so this partnership can definitely come to you. It'll be based on how much space do you give the other people to be themselves. I'm hoping that this makes sense. I also want to talk just briefly about your North and South node, because you have a lot in Libra. You have your Sun and Jupiter and Mercury in Libra, and your South node is saying, I have to release. The sixth house is the house of your daily habits, and it's supporting others and helping others. But you need to release and focus on you. Like this is all about your journey. The North node in your 12th house is about your journey into why and who you are. The 12th house is the transcendence for the inner healing of the self-sacrifice, that how you can connect with your higher power, your spirit guides, your divinity, your personal unconscious. The 12th house is also the house of self-sabotage and the house of hidden enemies. And so you working through identifying where have I set myself up to fail, and where have I not noticed the signs for the hidden enemies. With the North Node here, look, I love this because the North Node here is making you do the shadow work, uncovering and looking at yourself realistically in the mirror and saying, these are my flaws. And with the new moon in your first house, you looking at yourself and saying, I have to acknowledge this, and I have to have healthy boundaries for myself, that that you know things like Mars in Scorpio and Pluto in Scorpio is you're willing to go after it, you're willing to uncover it. Sometimes we have to let people be who they are and not allow them to make the decisions to go freely within our life, and not have to tell us everything about themselves. And this is working from fear, and I encourage you to work from a space of safety and security. A new moon in the first house is you planting the seeds to be your real authentic self, but be stable, solid, earthy, grounded, and liberating from the working from fear. I'm really hoping all of this is like making sense, because I'm like going around your chart, but this is a lot. Like it's a lot for you to be letting go of, and then to be moving towards. I'm going to bring up one more thing for you. On the 25th, Jupiter, actually all of these planets, the sun and the moon and Venus, are all going to move into your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources, everything that you need in order to feel secure. Jupiter's going to then move into Gemini. This is going to trine all of this. So the work that you are doing now, so mine are color coded. So this is an air sign. This air sign will trine this. And so it'll also trine your career, your job, your legacy, and your Pluto, forcing you to transform who you are on the outside and release some things about yourself, and move towards freedom of connecting with others. Move towards not having fear to have these intimate connections and discuss the topics that are usually uncomfortable. So, all right, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you, Julian. I mean, you have a lot going on, but this is an opportunity for a lot of growth and expansion to move forward with. All right, so thank you. Thank you. Okay, is Julian JK? Like, I'm really hoping that this all makes sense to you, JK. All right. So, all right, so let me move on. Thank you. So next in the queue is Naomi. Thank you, Naomi, for patiently waiting. Naomi. Okay, thank you. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Make sure I have everything right. 12:46. Alrighty, and let's see what we have here. Okay, and so tell the future now that I'm going to have a Jupiter return and ascendant in Uranus conjunct my Jupiter. Getting married. Wait. Okay, so okay. Let me pull up your bi-wheel and let's take a look at this. All right. Oh, you are having a Jupiter return. All right. You're having a Jupiter return on your ascendant, and Uranus conjunct your Jupiter. Yeah, I'm sure you're feeling that. And, oh, you're getting married soon. What's the big change? Oh, congratulations on getting married. Let's talk about this. I don't know when the wedding is, but there's a lot of huge things that you have going on in your chart. So I absolutely love all this because with a Jupiter return, so for the last year, starting like last March, April, about May of last year, Jupiter went into your first house. Jupiter went into your first house of self, and it was you being in the spotlight, your vitality, your strength. I always say that the first house is like your business card or your website. It's you presenting to the world, like who you are. Venus is here. Venus and Jupiter are the great, Jupiter's the great benefic, but Venus is also a benefic, and she's about love and beauty. So it's you wanting to feel good and wanting to feel pretty, and probably like transforming your wardrobe or something that's about yourself, your self-expression, your identity, your image. And then Uranus, God love Uranus. Uranus is, think of it as lightning, and it is striking your Jupiter saying, it's time to break out of this mold. It is time to, your first house is Taurus. It's earth, and lightning with earth is like an earthquake or earth shake, and it's really been shaking up who you are. So now you have this opportunity that you are saying, I'm going to plant these new moon seeds. I am ready to start something new, and it's in a sextile to Saturn. Saturn in your 11th house is, these are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my goals. This is really what I want to do. It is pretty darn close to your north node of the direction in which you're supposed to be going. You are supposed to be focusing on yourself. You are having a Saturn sextile to your Saturn. So this is cross-cultural education, other people, places, and things. This is creating stability. You have a lot of earth in your chart. I'm going to address that for just a hot second here. This is a lot of earth, and this is a lot of earth. And so all of this was really pushing you to change and push outside of your comfort zone with your goals, with things that, like where you wanted to travel, like things that you wanted to set up for yourself, taking classes, taking workshops, everything. And so this new moon is an opportunity to say, have I done the growth? I'm ready to push past this. I'm not only changing who I am, I'm changing like it's your marital status. It's all about you. What you are doing here is in a harmonious aspect. It's in a trine to your south node, and it's you taking a risk, you stepping outside of your comfort zone, you really having to push. You have to do it yourself. And this I'm going to move on because I really, you are all of this earth, and the universe is like saying, I'm going to push you out of your comfort zone, and I want you to do better. I want you to transform who you are, and not it's about stepping into your power, your self-expression, your happiness, your identity, it's yourself, your interests. Now, as we move forward, you're going to plant these new moon intentions of, I'm ready to change, grow, evolve. This is what I want to do. The moon is going to shift into Gemini first, and then you're going to have Venus and the sun into your second house. And then you're going to have Jupiter. Jupiter's then going to start a 1-year transit focused on the way that you communicate, your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources, trining all of this, saying that I have been working on myself. I'm stepping into this because this is uncomfortable. This is a square, but your first house, this is all going to be moved. What do I want to do in relation to, this is going to be with other people. So it could be with partnership, because it's in a harmonious aspect too. When all of this goes into your second house, this is, okay. The second house represents your belongings, sensual pleasures, your attitudes towards money, and Jupiter wants to expand. So it wants to expand your money, your resources, your cash, your property. And so this is abundance being brought to you. Gemini is also communication, travel, taking classes like short distance, and it's quick and fast. So it's you having these little snippets of conversations with other people, and there's this abundance that's going to come from it. I encourage you to take the time to these conversations that you're having and make them meaningful and longer lasting. That's what's going to help you for your career, your job. I mean, Sun in Aquarius. I love Sun in Aquarius. You have Sun and Mercury, so that's like let your freak flag fly. And so people would probably not know that about you, or this is who you present to the outside world for your career. And yeah, let me take one more look at this. All right, one more thing. I know we talked about your marriage and what big changes. The biggest change is all of this moving into your second house and setting off a fire, a flurry of who you're changing, evolving, and growing to be, and things that have to do with your resources, your self-esteem, your talents, your skill set, and your income, expanding it over the next year. All the while, this is your north node and this is your south node. You're going to have this fall one eclipse that the north node is going to be dipping into. You're getting ready to have a nodal return. And so when this north node connects, moves into Pisces, so they move in 18 months and they overlap each other a little bit. So they stay in an area of your life for 18 months and say, I want you to change and focus this. And so the north node with the eclipses, you're going to be having a nodal return, and it will start this fall and will continue for the next year and a half of a realignment of where are you going in life? Who are you connecting with? Who are you aligning with? The 11th house represents your hopes, wishes, dreams, organizations, social circles, your networks, your groups. It's where I volunteer. It's where I want to connect up with other people I want to support other people. It's my group affiliations or my group connections. And you are going to be having this realignment, and the universe kind of just picks you up and removes things from your life. I would be interested to find out when you're getting married. Yeah. Oh, Celestial Bohemian. Love Mercury and Aquarius, right? I love it too. My daughter has the sun, moon, and Mercury there. I think of it as not only being afraid to speak their mind, but they're able to connect with people from all different walks of life. And so, yeah, you are 100% correct. And Jupiter moving into Gemini is going to be in this trine with this, really saying, I need to sharpen these skills because it's a true skill set, because you have Pluto sitting right on top of your Mercury saying something's got to give, you have to transform some things. So Naomi, I really appreciate you being here. I thank you. Thank you very much for trusting me. Thank you very much. And with Pluto there, maybe talking about the truths that they don't sit well comes out sharper. Yeah, Pluto in the transit square your natal Mars. It means biting truth. You are right. It's cutting. It's sharp. And it's I don't have time for this. And it's saying it without thinking. Yeah. Guys, you should really join me for my transit talk, because Celestial Bohemian, she is going to be working with me in the community section. I absolutely love her and value all of her wisdom and knowledge. So hopefully you sign up for the transit talks, because it will be her and I next Tuesday. All right, let me pull on who is in the queue.
This is JK.
Alrighty. All right, JK.
Read in the comments. She wants you to do her transits.
Okay. All right, JK, let's see here. January. St. John's. All right, St. John's. I'm trying to find the... Okay.
She wants you to do her transits.
Okay. All right, so...
It's in the chat.
Oh, you're in the chat. I'm so sorry. Let me look in the chat and read the... Okay, JK, can you do my transits for right now? Absolutely, I can. So let's take a look at this. Naomi, you're getting married this Thursday? You're getting married this Thursday? Congratulations. Like, this is such an amazing time to get married. Like, I'm so excited for you. This is like you planting the seeds to get married, and all of this transformation is going to be moving forward with it. Congratulations. Happy for you. Like, this is an amazing time because all of the inner planets are now moving forward. So, a very auspicious time. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Getting married Thursday. Yay. I'm so happy for you. So happy. All right. So let me look for JK. Mupsies, the transit talks, they're going to be on, it's going to be a webinar that's going to be recorded. And then if you cannot make it, you'll get a link to it and you'll be able to watch it later. But it will be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be an hour and a half. So yeah, and there's a link in the comment below. All right, so let's see. Let me find a JK in the comments here. Okay, can you do your transits? Yes. I'd like to do the same kind of reading for, yes, from your natal chart to the current moment, to the present moment. Absolutely, JK. All right, so...
Transits for now.
Yep, I got it. Okay. All right, JK. First off, Gemini rising, and I absolutely love this because all of this is going to be moving into your first house of self May 25th. All of it will be here by May 25th except for Uranus. So let me back up. I need a clear view. All right, so you have this new moon in the 12th house, flanked or on each side by both of the benefics. So Jupiter is the planet of abundance. Venus wants to bring people, places, and things together. It's about love and creating stability. I absolutely love this for you because you are planting seeds for you to like clear out anything. Like the 12th house I consider to be like the basement of the house, and it's clearing out karma, getting rid of things, doing the shadow work. It's connecting to the spiritual realm. It's saying I need, the 12th house is where we have self-sabotage, and so it's getting rid of that. A new moon intention is I want to plant these seeds for slow and steady growth over a longer period of time. And what can I use with that? This is a harmonious aspect with Saturn in your 10th house of career. Saturn at the top of your chart is saying really focus on what do you want to do. Your career, your job, your legacy, and creating stability. In the sign of Pisces, Pisces is very watery, it's intuitive. And this is in a little bit of, not a little bit, it's in a square to your 7th house of partnerships. Yeah, I'm going to back this up and so you can see all of it. Your career is in a little bit of a square that has to do with your 7th house. The 7th house is business partners, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships, open enemies, and exes. And so it's where we find love and we negotiate these contracts and we have these promises that we make to other people. You have Neptune here. Neptune can give us like beer goggles or like rose-colored glasses, but Neptune also is about faith and hope and belief in things that we don't see, feel, know, and like we know that they're out there. Mercury is how you communicate, and Jupiter is very at home in Sagittarius. It's I want to have multiple friends, multiple partners, multiple contracts. Like this is what you want. in the sign squaring Saturn in Pisces. The squares are 90-degree angles that the energy has to be integrated in order for it to transform. It gives you this difficult energy in order to work with, so you can transform what's going on with you. So Saturn in Pisces squaring this is, look, all of them are not all my friends. Some of them are work associates, and I need to know the difference between the two. It's squaring Jupiter, like having an abundance of Mercury, the way that you're communicating, and knowing the difference between all of these people, places, and these contracts that are in your life. I do want to bring attention to that this is also going to square your first house of self. Now, all the work that you are doing here, this is going to move into your first house of self, and it's going to offer you this abundance, but with the abundance brings the square to Saturn. You're having a Saturn square. A Saturn square is, I have to do the work. Everything cannot be made easy. I want things to be easy. I want to use the computer. I want to use the AI. I want someone else to do the work. I want this because like if somebody were going to do my laundry, I wouldn't do the laundry. And Saturn says, no, do the work. Everything should be like Saturn's intense, and it doesn't give up, and you can't have shortcuts. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have this new moon. You're going to plant these amazing seeds, and it's with what you want to do. These are like these hidden dreams, these hidden thoughts, your personal unconscious. It's your inner world where you go for rest and meditation to go within. What are your hidden dreams and thoughts and things that you want to do? You have your North Node in your 11th house, bringing you connected with other people that are like-minded, that will support you for your career, your job, your legacy. The North Node, what I love about this is the North Node is going to start to transit and move into your 10th house of career at the same time, or actually this is going to be first. The moon and Venus and the sun will move into Gemini, into your first house, making you a chatterbox, making you able to communicate with anybody, anytime, anywhere, like gathering all kinds of information, everything that has to do with you being seen, your website, like this. When Jupiter comes into your first house of self, Jupiter will expand how people see you. This could be it's going to be here for a year, so expanding everything that has to do with you. And Saturn is saying within reason, and make sure that all of the information that you are sending out is accurate. You have Saturn at 0 degrees, 0 and 29, they're anaretic degrees. This is like newbie energy, never have done this before, and on a learning curve to figure out how to do it. When Jupiter comes into your first house, it will give you the opportunity to be able to connect with a lot of different people, a lot of science, a lot of technology, a lot of communication through like AI, computers, email, phone, text, like literally like a chatterbox. And Saturn is saying there has to be some kind of limit to this, because we'll be exhausted. We will be going off in all these different directions, and it will not be good for who you are as an authority figure, or authority figures will check your work. Authority figures will definitely check your work. So anything that you're putting out, let's say that this was me and I'm putting out work onto YouTube. This would be somebody fact checking it, and to make sure that, is Jupiter really moving into Gemini? Like, somebody is going to fact check all the things that you do. So I'm encouraging you to do them first. Whatever it is that you say or share or put out there. When Jupiter comes into your first house, this could be you launching a project, launching something big. It's going to be here for years. So this is go big or go home. Like make these things happen. The sun's going to be here. The moon's going to be here. Venus is going to be here. It's like making money, doing things that have to do with you. You will have a Jupiter opposition, because you have Jupiter in your 7th house. So anything that's difficult will be made less difficult. Not everybody's going to appreciate you being the center of the tension, and you're going to find your tribe. It's going to be okay. Let me look here. Sorry. Oh, sorry, the red line. There we go. There is a wide trine from Uranus to transit. Let's see. The South Node is conjunct. Yeah, I know. That Saturn is the 10th. Yeah, that quincunx to the natal Uranus. I do look at the 5th house, having the discipline to work and having certain events happen that with past memories. That 12th house stellium, I agree with you. And reconciling and releasing. I like that, like, that we're looking at like the South Node, releasing some things that have to do with creative projects, and is going to be in a trine, is going to be in a trine with the 1st house. So when all of this goes in there, and that this conjunction. Okay, let me take one more quick back look at this. All right, I want to talk about your career like one more time, JK, because when the North Node moves into your 10th house, when the North Node moves into your 10th house, it usually means something big that will happen with your career. It'll be 18 months. The South Node will be moving into your 4th house. It generally means an 18-month period of releasing home, moving, traveling somewhere, something that has to do with your home and your foundation. And your North Node will have your career, your public life, your where you want to make your mark on society be a huge focal point of your life, and you are working on it right now. The 5th house with your creative pursuits, like Celestial Bohemian, lots of interests, maybe honing in on one. I think that she is going to be JK will be honing in on the one of how can I take this with the information that's coming in with when everything jumps into her 1st house. I really think that she'll be using this because it'll be in a trine. And then how can I connect up with the North Node, bringing in new connections with other people that are like-minded. They will either be not work associates, but like peers or teams or groups or like star family or kindred spirits or community, and bringing that in together. Yeah, I absolutely love that. I'm hoping all of this makes sense as I like move around your chart and throw this all in there. All right. I really thank you, JK. Like I could spend hours on each person's chart. So thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you trusting me. Here we go. Let's see who is in the queue. Beatles. Okay. Hey, Beatles. 6/20/1986. All right. $8 a.m. Okay. Mother. There we go. Evansville. All right, I got this. Indiana. All right. Oh, you accepted a job across the country. Oh, I have. Okay, so you're trying to decide whether to take it or not. You took it. I took it, and I started a huge family blowout leading out this move. I don't know what happens if I don't take this job. Knowing the astrology points to getting out of my comfort zone instead of ease. And instead of staying. I totally get this. Okay, so Beatles. Let's take a look. Let me do a bi-wheel. Yeah, if everybody remembers that Uranus, I look at Uranus as It's the planet that wants us to be liberated, wants us to have this freedom to move forward. All right, so I read your question, and it's about this new job. And okay, without even going there with that, you're having a Pluto square Pluto. So it's something that has to do with home, and like the Pluto in Scorpio in the fourth house usually represents like trauma, secrets, things that were going on at home. And then you're having Pluto transiting through your seventh house in another square of how do I integrate this with clients and my with love and relationships, with marriage, best friends, significant others. Knowing that, let's take a look at what's going on up here. You're having this new moon. New moon, fresh start, clean slate, time to plant these seeds, and it's time to move forward. And this is with you. Like, this is your career. This is you. This is opposing home. And you have a lot of things going for you. And I think that if you stay where you're at, you will regret where you're at. And the new job, I think, is really where I think it's yeah. Okay. You have a Jupiter in a sextile to Jupiter, and this new moon is in sextile to Saturn, and Saturn is saying you need to expand. You need to, like, the eighth house is where we make investments. The eighth house is this it's obligations, and it's being liberated from these obligations that you have with other people, planting the seeds for what you want to do for your investments of you. Like, if this new job is going to offer you future investments for you, it's opposing Pluto. It's like, I feel bad if I do this. I feel uncomfortable. I feel like I owe a debt to this. And so yeah, I'm really encouraging you. It's going to be time. What's going to happen from this, you're going to plant these new moon intentions, or these new moon things that are going to be happening with career, public life, authority, professional life. All of this is happening like with the opportunity for job, career. Like, you, the 10th house is you at the top of your chart, where other people see you having to start something that benefits you. And Uranus is saying, I'm here, I'm offering you this gift. It's to liberate you, it's to free you, because you have been stagnant and you've stayed here for too long. So what's going to come from this is all of these planets are going to move into Gemini in the next couple of weeks. So the seeds that you're planting, the moon's going to be here, sun, Venus, and Venus is like bringing people together, and it's money and resources. This is where you are making money. Usually with the new moon at the in Taurus and Venus at the top, it's about abundance with things that have to do with comfort, love, beauty, money, resources, and stability. And so those are the opportunities. What you need to work with is this Uranus. How can I be liberated by doing this? When all of these move through here into your 11th house, Jupiter will then move into your 11th house, and it will stay there for the next year. Jupiter will have your mind spinning with new connections, new groups. Remember that the 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and the networks, the groups, your group connections, the community in which you connect with others to move forward with where you want to be. Now, when it moves into your 11th house, all of this will trine Pluto. Pluto will, a trine is a gift. It's easier. So your sun and your Chiron, your wound in the sign of Gemini, connected with this Pluto is, I have to do this in order to heal this wound. I have to move forward for my best and highest good. Remember that as a Leo rising, your sun is your chart ruler. So as it goes through each sign every single month, it highlights an area of your life of what you're supposed to be focused on until it comes back to the original position. So we know that you're coming up on a birthday. So like May, June, and July are the three most opportune months to plant these seeds of getting out there and moving forward with things. Now, that being said, know that in August, Mercury is going to station retrograde. So there's going to be some things that you're starting. Okay, so you're having this new moon up here, but Mercury by then is going to be moving into your 10th house, and it will have you redo some things. I look at every Mercury as a retrograde as this opportunity to go back and fine tune and tweak some things in order to move forward with ease and growth. Yeah, all right, so let me stand back and take a look. All relationships are under review. Yeah, that Venus in transit is opposing under the yeah, it is. And those definite Persephone vibes, absolutely. And we have Beetles. Mars is going to station retrograde, so know that there's some things that are going on with you right now. And Mars is in your 9th house. Mars is going to make its way all the way over to your 1st house of self from December 6th to February 23rd. So know that what you're going through now, you're going to have this opportunity to go back. Mars in your retrograde in your 1st house will have you cutting away things that are holding you back. And Mars is cutting, Mars is removing. And in a fire sign, it's taking the initiative because Leo takes pride in themselves and takes care of their pride. So know that that is what you are moving towards. So hopefully all of that makes sense. And Lauren, this Leo rising chart has a lot of similar aspects, right? Isn't it crazy when you like find somebody else who has similar attributes as yourself and you're like, oh, that's part of my star family. Oh my gosh. Beetles, you're also having a nodal return. Okay, just one more quick second. I'm so sorry. You're having a nodal return. This is a realignment of your life and what you're supposed to be doing. You have to be following this synchronicity. It only comes around every 18 years. So yeah, I'm super excited for you. A nodal return where the nodes come back to the place of where you were born in order to move forward with. Yeah, Shiny Gems, she does. The Beetles does have a lot going on. So thank you. Thank you for trusting me, Beetles. I greatly appreciate you being here. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. Polly, so glad you are here and thank you for waiting. I am hoping that everybody is excited about this new moon as much as I am. I am so ready to be out of eclipse season. I am ready to let the dust settle for everything that's been going on because it's been hard. Good Lord, it's been hard. Even though you know it's coming, it doesn't make it any easier because... there we go, I'm spelling it wrong. It doesn't make it any easier. And then wherever Uranus is, every time you think that you know what's going on, you don't. Okay, I'm going to do a single wheel first because I want to talk for just a second about... okay, no questions, so that gives me free reign to like roam around your chart. First off, thank you for allowing me to roam around your chart. All right, so if we could... just take a look at your south node and your north node, and I want to draw this attention to sun. Good Lord. Okay, I need to make my wheel. Okay, all of this. Now, the nodes are at 27. It's in a square with your sun and Mercury and Pluto. That is a lot. The south node is where you came from. And the north node is the direction that you're going to. And so when we have a square is a skipped step or a misstep of things that were difficult or wrong, and I want to bring them up in a different way so that I can work through them. I can see them similar and do it differently and do it better. The sun usually means somebody of authority. Mercury is communication, and Pluto is death and transformation in the sign of Libra. Like, you lost everything. You lost all of your money. You lost all of your resources. Like, you lost everything, and it was to somebody else. And it was probably like the 11th house represents where you network or where you connect up with other people. So we know that is part of your story. I do want to throw Jupiter in here, like it was probably public knowledge and things happened. And then the chart ruler, or your ruler of Capricorn, is Saturn, so it is here in Libra also. Libra is the sign of wanting to find balance, wanting to find harmony, not wanting fighting or arguing. Now, this being said, the direction in which you're supposed to be moving towards is the North Node of Cancer and the 8th house of how do I share my resources? How do I have these deep connections with other people? How do I do this knowing that I've lost it all before? How do I trust? Who do I trust? And it's working through all of this again. That being said, now I want to bring it up as a bi-wheel and show you how all of this is being activated. And it's like bringing up trauma signatures for you. All right, so Polly, I want you to think back to October of this last year. September, October, the nodes, the South Node and the North Node, they moved into the area of Libra and Aries, the area of your house that has all of this being activated at one time, and your 5th house of fun, joy, love, creativity, pleasure. The 5th house represents where I'm willing to take a risk. It's creative outlets. The South Node is what I have to release and let go. I have to let go of wanting to control, or where I have given away my power, where I have joined somebody else for something that they want to do that's not part of my plan. You have the sun here, you wanting to be a people pleaser. Look, the sun in Libra, they're naturally beautiful. They are connectors. They hear people. They seriously listen to people in their conversations. And this is where you have the difficulty, because I want to please people. I don't want them to argue. I don't want them to fight. And then we have Mercury, the way that you're communicating, and kind, and those words. And Pluto is a trauma signature. Like, I've given away. I look at Pluto in Libra with the South Node of what you need to release, of what you have given away. You cannot put a price tag on. Time, effort, love, energy. Those are things that you have to quit giving away freely to people who do not appreciate. And you are supposed to be focused on your North Node. Finding love, children, creativity. Sorry. I'm so sorry. My dog is itching, and he's leaned up against the table, and the whole dang camera is shaking. So you are working on, where do I need to let go, where I've given away my power, either before you knew better, or like it could have been when you were younger, it could have been from a significant other, it could have been from partnership, it could have been anything. And where do you now need to be focused on yourself? This is a 1 and 2, and yeah, it's squaring. You're having a nodal, this is squaring your nodes. And so this is a crossroads point in your life where the past, and if you don't believe in past lives, then think past in this lifetime, of repeated patterns. And how do I focus on changing and shifting that on, well, what about me? My wants, my needs, my desires, where things that I want to do. We know that Mercury, let me get rid of all of this. We know that Mercury is conjunct Chiron, and Mercury last month was drawing attention to some of these wounds during an eclipse. The eclipse literally is to eclipse people, places, and things from your life and bring in a new focus. And you focused on healing. Like it brought up past things that had to do with you. Repeated patterns in relationships. Yeah. Yeah. I like that you are recognizing this because this is a lot to let go of. This is a lot. You don't like we're talking Saturn. Saturn is difficult. Jupiter sandwiched between Jupiter's the great benefic. It wants to offer abundance, but it's sandwiched between two of the hard, Pluto and Saturn, and it's trying to expand. It's trying to make things better. And but it's you trying to make things better, but it's always at your cost. It's you giving up bits and pieces of yourself to make everybody else happy. Now, this eclipse is trying to your first house of self. I love this because it's you stepping into your divinity of what you're supposed to be doing. Jupiter is your chart ruler. And Jupiter being stuck here in between these, you follow where Jupiter is in your chart because every year, it's like 12, 13 months, it moves into a new sign. So what's going to happen is everything that's being planted for your new seeds of I need to pay attention to my self-care, my daily habits. I need to be focused on me. And the moon, sun, Venus, and then Jupiter by the 25th of May are going to move into your partnership sector, bringing to you abundance and opportunities for love, contractual agreements, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships. Jupiter with all of these planets that are going to move into your seventh house. I don't know what you do for a job, but this will increase your communication with others. And I'm encouraging you to make sure that whatever you're increasing, it should be focused on your direction, because when Jupiter moves in here, it will be in a sextile to your fifth house. It will oppose, it will feel uncomfortable, like stepping out and saying, oh, what about everybody else? And I'm going to say, focus on what you want to do. I'm looking for a change in a job or career. I absolutely love this for you. Okay. No. So, yeah, Polly, this is yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this for you. I'm glad that you are looking for a change in a job or career. Okay, let's piggyback on that for just a second. When Jupiter moves into your seventh house, it's communication, it's science, technology, meaning like using AI, streamlining your life and making it easier with the way that you communicate and the way that you gather information, whether it's like through Reddit or YouTube or Pinterest or whatever it is that you do, but it's communication like through airwaves and science and technology and increasing and making that easier. It will trine all of this. It will trine what you are releasing and letting go of, bringing you connected to others that are like-minded, and it will square what you're going to do for a job, but it will bring you into I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. And I'm sorry about the repeated patterns in relationships, but I look at it as this opportunity. Our chart is our birth plan in order for us to grow, change, and evolve. And we set up our life with patterns that we can repeat until we learn. And then, once we've learned from it, then we recognize it and we change the behavior, because we can't expect somebody else to change. It has to come from within. So it's all about you. So I'm excited for you to have these changes, these shifts happen for you. And all right. Well, thank you very much, Polly. Thank you very, very, very much for trusting me. All right, let me transition over. And repeated patterns. Yep. I'm looking for a change in job and career. Yep, I'm hoping that you get this. Actually, when Jupiter goes into your seventh house, that's the time to put out the seventh house is about contracts, contractual relationships, negotiation, cooperation, and it's all types of things that are written, like documents that are written. So like think email or it's contracts. It's everything that has to do with contracts. So I'm excited for you, Polly. I'm very excited for you. All right. All right, let me see. Oh, Virgo. Oh, okay. All right, Lady Virgo, let's talk. 9, 6, 94. At 158. Okay. I wish I were faster at typing this. I'm hoping everybody is doing well, staying with me. Greatly appreciate it. All right, I got this. All right. I've been in. Oh my goodness. I found out that oh. Okay. All right. I got this, Lady Virgo. Okay, so first off, sorry about everything that you are going through. I like the idea. I know that you said, all right. So the comment had to do with surgery and things that are going on. You are having a lunar return. I absolutely love this. It's in your 6th house. The 6th house represents your health. It's alternative health care. It's self-care. It's your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, like all of this is taking care of you. It is in trine to you in the outside world, how people will see you. There are no planetary retrogrades that are the inner planets. So we know that Jupiter, the great benefic, is there. So everything that's going to be going on, Jupiter is going to be offering, like if it's bad, it won't be as bad. Jupiter in the 6th house offers you the positive attributes that come from anything that goes on. Let's see. Venus, love, money, beauty, and so this is a focus on money, beauty, resources. Okay, let me back on out of this just a second. Everything that's going on here with this new moon is also in a sextile to your 4th house. Your 4th house has to do with stability with home, family, roots, foundation, and so this is what you have to do in order to create the stability for your home. You have a lot of great things going for you. You're having a Jupiter sextile, your own Jupiter. You're having a lunar return, a new moon. I would definitely put out there that I want quick health, healing as you move forward, prayers, anything that has to do with you using alternative healing. Okay, whenever I have to go in for a surgery, I always do like meditation tapes or recordings. So prepping yourself for telling yourself that what you're starting now is going to be, it's going to be positive. Like there's going to be this great outcome that's going to come from it. And everything is setting you up that this is what you have to do. I want to bring up, let me look. I'm glad you're here. Okay, I'm glad you're here, Lady Virgo. Yeah, nice trine with the transiting Jupiter. Like, I love all of this. I love all of this. I'm trying to find anything that's difficult because yeah, I'm loving all of this. I don't even think that time off of work is going to be that long because it's in a trine to your 10th house and it's in a trine to your 2nd house of, money, resources, but it's in a trine to your sun and Mars. I have to have this surgery and it's going to benefit me and it's going to offer me the stability to move forward. And Jupiter, Uranus, shock and surprise, like I didn't know that this was coming. And wherever we have wherever we have Uranus, I want to remind you that, you talked about the accident, and then Uranus is the shocking thing that comes from that nobody thinks about. And so now that Jupiter is moving on past Uranus, it's moving on past this accident with the healing that'll come from. And I'm glad that you're having the surgery out of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is currently in a conjunct Chiron, and so it's how am I communicating. This will definitely have the topics that have to do with communication and home and all of this. No, I love all of this. Okay, you've been speaking to my body. Absolutely, sending it so much love. Plus, the judge also ordered that your soon-to-be ex-husband send spouse support. It is about darn time he sends it. Okay, so I hope you don't mind, but I'm just going to say it into the group that she is going to be having surgery. I believe that the surgery is tomorrow. So whether you say a prayer, light a candle, or do anything, she has a lot of great things going for her in her chart. I'm looking in this as there's Jupiter in the chart, and Jupiter means everybody. It's out there. It's faith, it's hope, it's belief. And so I have to believe that it's also part of this community because yeah. And the body can be healed. Absolutely. That's what Jupiter's going to offer with this. So I'm thinking about you, and I will be thinking about you tomorrow, Lady Virgo. You've got this. So I'm really hoping that you also give me an update on your, the healing that comes from this. Jupiter here is just the abundance from that. If something were going to be difficult, like the surgery, that the healing that comes from it is better. Like my husband had to have surgery, and we waited until the Jupiter was there, because if you have to have anything done, offer the healing, the abundant, the alternative healing that can also come from it. So the meditation, the Reiki, and it's mental healing, physical healing, spiritual healing. Yeah. And yes, and it is the ruler of your ascendant. And so I know that this is all about you. Yes, and thank your body for the healing that it's going to do. And I don't know if you use red light or anything, but the sixth house is also about alternative opportunities for healing. So looking for other practitioners that could support you, or it's where we find guides or mentors or connection to others. Jupiter will be moving into your seventh house, so that will be, it'll be connecting with your south node here soon. So no, this is the best time. If you were going to do it, I would say now is the time. May to me is the best month of the year. May, June, and July, and then August things are going to get a little bit hairier with the next Mercury retrograde. So Lady Virgo, sending you a big hug. Yes, sending you prayers. Yep. You've got this. Your body is going to be able to work through this, and keep me posted. I agree. Alrighty.
Her name is AG.
All right. It's AG.
Yeah.
All right. AG. I thank you for waiting in the chat for me. Let me get your time. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, I got that. Hmm. 10 out of 5. All right, AG. Okay, question. Okay, Jupiter-Uranus conjunction was going to be huge for you. Yep, it lit up your chart. I bet it did. The day of the conjunction triggered some events that led to learning. Oh, I'm so sorry about your mother. Oh, I'm so sorry. And dementia. Yeah, and a blessing. The Akashic records and the intuition told me that I was closing a karmic cycle. Yep. Yeah, I hear you. All right, AG. First off, thank you for trusting me. I want to pull up your chart just to take a look at it before I bring up anything else, because you have a lot. it's this, all of this. This is a lot. This is a lot of concentrated energy. You have your sun, you have Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Pluto, Uranus, and the moon, all in Virgo. Virgo is structured and organized and detailed and earth and grounded, and it can be obsessive or OCD with children or creativity or expression. And if you can bring all this energy together, there can be great things that you can create from it. Okay. And okay, so since we had the conversation about your mother, okay. The yod is, yep. Oh, your yod is, oh my gosh. Yeah. Girlfriend, like this is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because this is at 29 degrees. That, I mean, like, I don't think I've ever seen 7, because you only have, what, 2 planets that are not? Yeah, and it is a yod connecting it. So, okay. All right. Yep, 12th house. Look, I don't have this, but, okay, I'm going to pull up your bi-wheel. I have Sun and Mercury in the 12th house. The 12th house is not for the faint of heart, but you've got so much going on elsewhere. The 12th house being, the house of endings, and and you're having a nodal return. Oh, no wonder it's lighting up your life. Okay, let's talk about this. You had an eclipse, and the eclipses were occurring. They are nodal returns, and nodal return happens every 18 years. And when you had this nodal return, it illuminated the 12th house of death, shadow work, shamanic work, the Akashic records, past lives, the connection to the spiritual realm, angels, guides, anything that has to do with the world beyond here. Realigning you with where you're supposed to be going, your direction in life. The 6th house is releasing my daily habits, making sure that I'm releasing bad habits where I have been of service to others and I need to be released from these connections. And then the yod is, I look at it as yod as, I have to agree to this. I don't want to do it. I'm uncomfortable. And you've left me no choice. And so the yod is connecting everything to your 5th house. And that's where all of this energy is connecting to. And I'm sorry. Yeah, you came in to heal a lot of things all at one time. And so now you're having this realignment of self, of who you are, what you're supposed to be doing. I'm going to get rid of this because I really want to talk to you about just your north and south node. Okay? Your south node is where you've come from, and the north node is the direction in which you're supposed to be heading into. It's the uncomfortable area. The south node is, I am of service to you. I have always been of service to you. I will give up what I have for you. And I have lost everything because I was in service to you. And so the south node is where things went wrong. And so in this lifetime, like we repeat those patterns, and it's ruled by Venus, which is part of this yod. So it's like lighting up. It's in conjunction to Pluto. So Pluto is a trauma signature, something that has to do with children or creativity or investments or where we take risks. Or it's the 5th house is it's hobbies, and it's romance, and it's how you express yourself. And being of service to others, I can't focus on the things that I want to focus on. And when I am allowed to focus on the things that I want to, then I'm made to feel uncomfortable because of this. Now, the direction in which you're supposed to be going, my 12th house. I'm supposed to be focused on doing the shadow work. I'm supposed to be focused on doing the internal work. The 12th house is me connecting to what have I done in the past? What skill sets do I have that I can tap into, like tapping into my dreams, tapping into meditation, tapping into rest and spirituality and connection to the divine. Aries, a north node in Aries can be self-sacrifice and doing the deep journeys in order to have this transcendence that offers me the inner healing, so I can, it's about clearing karma. And so I am sorry about your mother and the dementia. And let's talk about your new moon. So you have a new moon in your first house of self, planting seeds with who are you? What do you want to do? It is in a sextile to Saturn in Pisces in your 11th house. Whatever's going on will offer you freedom and liberation, but it's not comfortable. It's not really what you want, but you have to settle for it. Remember I said the yacht is like what I'm uncomfortable with and I have to settle for. Right? Shiny Gems. She has my empathy. Yeah, right? Shiny Gems' father has dementia. And look, my grandmother passed away of Alzheimer's. And so I look for the signatures in the chart because it's like one of those things that I look at dementia and Alzheimer's as they're more in the other realm than they are in the earthly realm. And the longer they sleep or the longer that they're gone, the more that they're over here than they are, than they're with us. And so you are planting these new seeds, starting this new beginning with who are you? And it will come, look, it's going to be in a trine. It's a trine to the fifth house of joy and pleasure and creativity, starting something one that you want to do. I absolutely love this for you in that from this liberation will come freedom. And we don't always like what the liberation and the freedom bring. I remember that like my whole family used to be living here near me. And during COVID, like everybody just like right after COVID, like towards the end of it, everybody just decided to like leave, like move. And I didn't like the liberation, but the liberation gave me freedom. I don't like that your mother is not doing well, but the freedom that will come, you have to think about it in terms of she is not happy with where she's at, and passing over is, yeah, it's hard, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, they found out right after the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. She's dying of cancer and has weeks. Oh, it is a blessing and it is painful, and I'm so sorry. I am. I do want to give you a little bit of a heads up as to like what is also going to be coming. I'm hoping that all the finances are in order because all of these planets are going to now move into your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property. The moon is going to be there. Venus is about beauty and abundance. So you going through things, Jupiter, by May 25th, Jupiter is going to move into your second house. And so when it comes in, it will offer you an abundance of, an expansion of, and it's the way that you talk and communicate, and it will be in a harmonious aspect to you in the outside world, your Pluto. Okay, we are about the same age. You are coming up to your your third Saturn return soon. Like you've got another year and a half, but the time is coming. And so you are putting in the work now because after that, it's the last third, and making the decisions that you are making now, that my last third is memorable, that every day counts. And so I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right, AG, I'm sending out a lot of air hugs tonight for everybody because there's a lot going on with everybody. And so I appreciate everybody showing up. This is it. There is nobody else left that I'm going to take in the chat. And AG, sending out I heart you. I'm hoping that you join me for my webinar, which will be next Tuesday. If you cannot join me live, then you can get the replay of. Also, when you join, like there'll be a sign up for it. And I also have a Mother's Day bundle. Buy it for yourself, buy it for a friend. It gets you a tarot reading and it gets you the Oracle deck. The people who join into the webinar, please bring your birth information so we can use your chart for some of the information, because I want to walk you through what do each of the signs mean as the nodes go through your chart. And if you would like to schedule a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystik.com, because I would love to dive into your charts with you in a more personal space. And please check out my new videos. All right. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you showing up tonight. I heart you.